Good evening. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. And I just want to take a moment because I know that this is a time for you all to revel in the spotlight, to be congratulated for your success to this particular point in time, to look back on the last several years of what you've given to this and the accomplishment that you've achieved today. But I'd also ask you take this moment and this opportunity to stand and turn around. Go ahead, stand and turn around. And maybe you see somebody in that audience behind you that helped to get you here. And I'd like to give them a round of applause as well. Thank you all so much. Please go ahead and take a seat. Yes, this is a day of celebration. It's a celebration for all of us, for you, your families, your friends, those that helped to get you here. And despite our efforts and all the things that we do, individually, personally, for work or whatever the case might be, despite our hard work and our efforts in those things, oftentimes it is due to the grace of others, the chances, the risks, the opportunities that they give to us that we are able to succeed. So again, to all of you in the back of the room, I extend also my thanks to you to giving these fine folks those chances and those opportunities to be successful. Your support means so much to their success. So being asked to speak at commencement, I think about that word, commencement. And it means to begin or to start something. But I also know, having worked with thousands of students over 27 years and hundreds of institutions, that for many of you, if not all of you, this is but a stage. This is but another event that has occurred, and it's not that one thing has ended and another thing will begin. This is just another spot in your story, another chapter to be told. And your stories are the important part of what bring you here today. And they will continue to be the important message and the important part of who you'll be tomorrow. And so your story goes on, and this is one leg in that journey, one opportunity for that richness of your life, of your opportunity to be told. This is an achievement, not one, but maybe one amongst many. Now, I'm lucky to be going behind such an elegant speaker as the mayor of Miami, so I won't have as much to say. She said very much what I would like to say, but I have a couple of additional things to talk about as well. And yes, you can hardly have a conversation around things without using a phrase like, we live in challenging times. We live in times that we haven't seen before. But having said that, those challenges mean that we also live in a time of opportunity. A time of opportunity. The more challenge that there is, the more opportunity you have to find and achieve more things as well. So I encourage you to think about that. This pandemic that we are in, something that we haven't seen in over a century, it has certainly challenged all of us in many ways. But I'm hopeful that you'll think about this in some different ways as well. Because as college graduates, not only the information that these folks have imparted upon you about the specific kind of skills or knowledge or technical things, there are a couple of other elements of the education process that you should be walking away with. And one of those is the opportunity and the ability to think critically. And to use this time and opportunity coming through a pandemic to really think critically and to reflect on what have we learned? What have you learned? And the way that somebody put it to me recently that really kind of stuck with me was, This individual was, quote unquote, no longer worried about what he couldn't do. He was now worried more about what he can do, because what the pandemic showed him was to break down all the preconceived "I can't do that." We can't possibly do that. We can't possibly transition an entire university to online education overnight. We can't possibly succeed and excel in that. We can't possibly, as students, make that shift so quickly. But yet, we did. And but yet, you did. Successfully. And with great skill and knowledge and aplomb. So I congratulate you on that. And I hope that you will take that reflection back and say, it's not about what we can't or that I cannot do, but it is about what I can do. Because I've learned through this experience that I can do more than I ever thought that I could before. So think about those can-do moments. Don't let a good crisis go to waste. There's opportunity and something to be learned with all of that. We live in challenging times, faced with cultural division and cultural challenges. Inclusivity on one side, division on the other. But opportunity is the beacon there. And as I was almost watched an entire video, what I did get from the comments that were shared there, I heard the word opportunity 4 or 5 times. Just in a brief couple of opportunity is that lightning rod. It is the opportunity to change, to do more, to be more. This is but one opportunity for you to seize on. And I encourage you to think about being the beacon of change. Seeing ways that through, again, a global pandemic, that there are avenues for you to be that agent of change, to be that exemplar, to be that leader. And as you're coming through, many of you with business degrees or graduate degrees, I'll share with you what I mentioned to the staff of Atlantis yesterday, that for me, and my vantage point and my experience, when I think about leadership, I don't think about leadership in the context of power or position or title. I am not a leader because I'm a CEO. I'm not a leader because I have a title of executive director. I'm not a leader because I've earned a particular educational credential. I'm only a leader if I exhibit leadership characteristics. If I do the things that inspire other people to be great. If I give voice to opportunity, then maybe I'm a leader. Think about, as you chart your goals going forward, what will be more important to you? To be that leader in its truest, most authentic sense. To be that role model. And be that force for good and force for change that brings us together and doesn't separate us or tear us apart further. Equity matters. Inclusivity matters. Opportunity for all matters. That is the path that we need to forge going forward. So, as I said, in addition to those technical things that you learned, whether it is in engineering or in business administration or education, some of those skills in addition to critical thinking, problem solving. You have problems to solve. I'm going to not blame my generation, but likely we are part of the problem as well, right? So you have problems to solve. They are there for your opportunity to do the work. So yes, go forth and continue your story. You're not necessarily starting something, you are continuing the next chapter. How will it be written? How will you write it? What do you want it to say? And how will it end? Add richness and color and flavor to that story. Bring in additional characters. Tell their story along with yours. make it inclusive, make it diverse, make it rich. And look for the things that need changing and seize the opportunity to be the force for that change. Do great things because you can. Thank you.